Jared, can we...
Okay.
I know, I'm sorry.
I'll be right here. I was like,
He's sitting behind you, he's all. Squish it, squish it.
Here you go, Patrick. I'm going to give you this to follow along.
Okay, great.
No, they're doing chemistry. Yeah, so they'll be reading. And then this is going to be for the Brian side.
Okay, super.
Okay, see all my guys? Just no, not this one. Is that one we got?
Oh, thank
Can I
you.
have Quincy and Madeline first, please? This is Quincy and Madeline. Hey guys, go ahead and
do
use
you want
it.
us to use the stage?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay.
And just scene 4, yeah? Scene 4? There's some scene 4. Guys, go ahead and use the center
I
stage.
thought you was going to go down. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
walked over
let's
Oh
start.
snap, you're not Remy. Okay, I'm sorry. Should I just mime Remy, or is someone gonna read for Remy?
We're in scene 4.
Yeah, scene
Yeah.
4, Remy's has the first line. I think we should just cut out Remy.
Yeah, let's cut out
Just
Remy
cut out
and
Remy?
just you guys'
just
dialogue,
do it.
okay?
Mhm.
Okay. Relax, they'll be here. Hey, be nice. She's...
Tom? Remy? You remember Browron?
Of course. Good to see you.
Is he okay?
He gets shy around a beautiful woman.
That's so sweet.
So, where are you taking us?
Well, we thought we would show the foreigners a little bit of Wales.
Well, yeah, that'd be great. Remy? That's Canadian for awesome, eh?
Brown's a sweet girl. I hope he doesn't hurt her.
I don't think that'll happen.
It was a tough loss the other day.
Yeah. Your cheer team would have been better than the players did.
What does your family think about you coaching the first Wales American football team?
Well, my mom has always been supportive of anything I do. In 6th grade, I wanted to be Billy Idol, so she got me a guitar and paid for my lessons. In 8th grade, I wanted to be an astronaut, so she sent me to summer space camp. So she's that type.
You're lucky.
Yeah, my mom's pretty great.
And your dad?
He died when I was young.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
Thanks. He was an All-American athlete in football and baseball. Clearly, I didn't inherit his abilities.
You do alright. Is that why you let Pete talk you into it?
That might have been part of it. He's pretty persuasive.
He can be like that.
all my life, I've always felt like I was on the outside of things. This team, this is the first time in a long time that I felt like I belong. Does that make any sense?
I'm sure your dad, wherever he is really proud of you.
I hope so.
I know so.
Let's see. Hello. Patrick, you want to give an introduction?
I do have notes.
I don't know why I gave that to you.
No, it's okay. I'm making some things now.
Okay.
Quincy, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay. So Quincy, you have to memorize your first line and your last lines, and you sort of started off. I think you did the first line to the character that wasn't on stage with you to them, but when Madeline entered, you were like into the script, and I just feel like that was like a false start. Like you didn't open strong. You gotta connect, with either your scene partner or the camera, and you just were. It was not the character; it was you. When she came in, I saw Quincy, but not the guy that's on the page. Madeline, you when you came in, your opening was really soft in voice.
Okay.
And I want to caution both of you because you both sort of were guilty of being a little soft in terms of voice. And I feel like soft voice comes off as weak acting. And you have to project. It can't be like mumbly. Otherwise it just, I'm gonna float away and I'm gonna go shopping somewhere. And
Okay.
you don't want to lose us. And that's one of the ways that you engage us is, through voice. So careful with that. Quincy, when you're recounting history, one of the things that you can do is you can create that flashback and that memory. And that was something that you just completely blew past. When he's talking about when he was younger and blah, blah, blah. You missed that opportunity. You just were doing straight dialogue with no texture, behind it. I felt like at times you were, Madeline, I found you to be quite engaged and connected to him, but Quincy, you were not connected to her, and I felt like you were dragging the scene there was a lot of air in between the dialogue, and I felt like it needed to be tighter. And I think there was air because you were searching for your next line. Trying to be present while also trying to find your next line. The more you practice, the easier that will get memorize the dialogue quickly. I know they're cold, but the more practice you do, the easier it will get. So yeah, my biggest notes are in terms of voice more, and in terms of connection, I thought you were quite connected to him, but not in the other direction. Okay, so connect with your character visually.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Quincy, give me your sign. Say something first. So guys, we're gonna start taking these notes now.
Something for you.
Nobody else expects 2 cents.
Quiet.
Joey, you tell me just and doesn't have a place to train.
Just one clap, like.
Said one.
Just one.
I
Just one.
Smash.
I was thinking more in like a
Guys, so we're doing
Hey, how are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Guys, so again,
Oh, yeah.
at the bottom of 40,
Hey!
How you doing?
You know?
Good to see ya. It's been too long.
All right. Next up, we have, let's do Daniel Lipschitz. Daniel, and let's do Shen. Daniel and Shen. We have Daniel and Shen. Kat, you want to jump on? You guys can close the door behind you. And then we start, and then you guys know where to start, right? Ron's a sweet girl. Okay.
Ron's a sweet girl. You better not do anything to hurt her.
I don't think that'll happen.
Tough loss the other day.
Your team could have played better than we did.
What does your family say about you coaching the first Wales American football team?
My mom's always been super supportive of anything I do. In 6th grade, I wanted to be Billy Idol, so she got me a guitar and signed me up for lessons. In 8th grade, I wanted to be an astronaut, so she took me to summer space camp. That type.
You're lucky.
Yeah, she's pretty great.
And your dad?
He died when I was young.
I'm sorry.
Thanks. He was an All-American in both football and baseball. Clearly, I didn't get the abilities.
You do alright. Is that why you let Pete talk you into all this?
May have had something to do with it. He's pretty persuasive.
That's Pete alright.
All my life, I always felt like I was on the outside of things. You know, this team, this is the first time I feel like I belong. Does that make sense?
I'm sure your dad is proud of you. Wherever he is.
I hope so.
I know so.
Yeah, you guys can clap.
We didn't know when to clap.
You guys can, you guys can clap. Clapping clap. Good.
You want notes?
Yeah, go ahead and give them notes or,
Okay,
or a redirection if you want to see it again.
So, Shannon, I felt like your opening was just a little soft voiced.
Okay, yeah.
Daniel, I felt like your opening was a little soft voiced. One thing that you could do, Shannon, is you delivered your opening line to him, and what you could do to favor us instead, the producers, the writers,
yeah.
the director, we matter a little bit more than he does. You can always, come to him. Is you could start referencing by looking out at
Okay.
her.
Yeah.
Create her, put her out here, look at her, and then turn to him, which is a really strong opening. Because
Yeah.
You're opening out front to us, and I would hit him a little, threaten him.
Okay.
Like you do anything to her, and I'll cut your balls off. That sort of thing. I mean, if you're gonna threaten somebody, really threaten them, even if it's like lighthearted.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Even if it's not a real threat.
Yeah.
In the middle of the scene, Daniel, I'm looking at you this way, but then I'm also looking, at you here on the monitor, and you were a little bit of a disadvantage on camera because you're
Looking over
almost
there?
fully
Okay.
facing her. You have
Okay.
to find opportunities to look out our way,
Okay.
like creating the environment,
Mhm.
which I have no idea where you guys were. I'm assuming that you're outside somewhere, maybe a field.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, but that's up to you to create. You just have to find opportunities. It adds interest. It adds it's part of layering in to the performance. But really, what it's doing is it's just opening you up so that we get to see what's going on in your eyes.
Okay.
Not just her.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
I gotta see that.
Okay.
And the finish just, you gotta open strong and you gotta close strong. I felt like your openings were both a little soft, and then in the end, it just kind of fizzled out. You were a little stronger, and you just kind of like, it just kind of like faded to black, and it just
What
was
do you
a little-
mean by faded? Like, say like.
It just sort of floated away. You know, it just wasn't like, what's the last album?
I hope so.
What's yours before?
I know. So before that is, I'm sure your dad is proud of you wherever he
Yeah,
is.
I mean, you were like I like the way you delivered it, and it was, you know, did you make contact with him? Did you?
She
punch
hit
him or
a,
something?
she hit a shoulder.
Yeah, which is good. That, you know, that was nice. But then, you know, the scene has to finish on you, especially if it's your audition. If it's your audition and the dialogue finishes on the other character, you have to make it finish on you.
It does
you know,
finish on her.
You know, non-verbal. I know, but you have to make it finish on you,
Oh, okay.
non-verbally.
Okay.
And you do that through physicality or some reaction, and there just kind of wasn't any.
Okay.
It's just a little awkward. It was
Okay.
I almost felt like I was watching you sort of not knowing what to do next.
Okay.
It's kind of
That's
like an awkward kiss, basically. It just needs to, you know, you just have to find some finish. Sometimes it's not scripted. That means you have to script it.
Okay.
You have to come up with it. Just so that you finish strong.
okay for sure.
Do you understand?
Do you want us to go in?
Do we have time, Max? I don't know
No,
if
I don't think
we're.
so.
Yeah, I think we'll just digest those.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Can you please bring in Trevor and Kat? Got one shot, make it count. You really only got one shot.
One opportunity.
Sure.
Alright, Eminem.
Alright guys, please settle.
You get 2 shots, Max, if you're good.
Okay, then give
If
us
you get one, if you get 1 shot, you know, and you're,
Treat it like the
you only
actual.
get 1 shot if you're not.
Treat it like the actual room if they
If you want to, yeah. You want to sit? Let's do it.
Tell me your names.
I'm Trevor Larson.
Trevor. Okay, cool.
Catherine Wilbrand.
Okay, thanks. Maybe you're right.
Ron's a sweet girl. You better not do anything to hurt her.
Oh, I don't think that'll happen.
Tough loss the other day.
Yeah, I think your cheer team could have played better than we did.
So what does your family think about you coaching the first Wales American football team?
My mom has been supportive of whatever I've wanted to do. You know, when I was in 6th grade, I wanted to be Billy Idol, so she bought me a guitar and she signed me up for lessons. And then in 8th grade, I wanted to be an astronaut, so she signed me up for summer space camp. That type.
You're lucky.
Yeah. My mom's pretty great.
And your dad?
He died when I was young.
I'm sorry.
Thanks. He was the All-American athlete. Football and baseball. Clearly I didn't inherit any of his abilities.
You do all right. Is that why Pete talked you into all this?
That's definitely part of it. Pete is pretty convincing.
That's Pete all right.
You know, my whole life I have always felt like I've been outside of things. And this team, this is the first time that I've really felt like I belong. Does that make any sense?
You know, I'm sure your dad's proud of you. Wherever he is.
I hope so.
I know so.
Okay, good. Very good. So I felt like you both had good openings. And Catherine, I love how you started like over the shoulder looking that way. That was a perfect way to begin, especially if you're going on camera. Trevor, I really liked your lighthearted reaction when you say, I don't think that will happen.
Yeah.
There's this, you have a sparkle to you that it's probably organic and natural, but you bring it to the character, and when it shines, it's very charming and likable, which is, you know, actors have to have a likable actor a lot of the time, and that really works in your favor. I also really liked your flashback of the memory. You know, when I saw that sort of, you know, going through your mind, which I liked. I liked the chemistry between the two of you. I thought was really working. Catherine, in the middle of the scene, you were connected to him, but on camera, you were hidden behind your hair.
Oh.
So that's a problem that's unique to females. So be very careful not to hide behind your hair.
There's a saying with bangs and pulling your hair back, isn't there, when you're in casting?
You know, it's just, women have long hair, and you know, they just gotta juggle it.
Just kind of pin it back for the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah. I thought you both were really great with the dialogue. I thought you were great with the memorization of the dialogue. And I thought you were both really, I liked the pacing in both directions. So I thought overall it was very well executed. Thank you. Thanks. Yay.
No, Mark Hinkle, and let's have Madeline in again.
Hi again.
Madeline, you're back. And Mark, it's Mark Hinkle.
Okay.
Ron's a sweet girl. I hope he doesn't do anything to hurt her.
I don't think that'll happen.
Tough loss the other day.
Yeah, your cheer squad could have played better than us.
What does your family say about you starting the first Welsh All-American football team?
I don't know, my mom has always been supportive of me, whatever I did. You know, and in 6th grade, I wanted to be Billy Idol. So she got me a guitar and signed me up for lessons. And then in 8th grade, she sent me to summer space camp because I wanted to be an astronaut. So, that type.
You're lucky.
Yeah, she's pretty great.
And your dad?
He died when I was young.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Thanks. He was an all-American athlete, you know, in football and baseball. So clearly I didn't get his abilities.
You do all right. Is that why you let Pete talk you into all of this?
Yeah, that might have been part of it. Pete can be a little persuasive.
Pete is really good at that.
You know, all my life I always felt like I was on the outside of things. You know, and this team, this is the first time where I really feel like I belong. Does that make any sense?
I'm sure wherever your dad is, he's really proud of you.
I hope so.
I know so.
Okay, so, my notes. So Madeline, the girl that you referenced at the beginning, what's her name?
Braun. Braun.
What is it?
Braun.
Braun?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a girl?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get any sense of, I didn't feel like you really created her. You talked about her, but the way that it landed on me was like she had no meaning to you.
Okay.
She didn't come forward.
Okay.
And I think you can create her, and that's up to you to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it just didn't, she just didn't come forward
Okay.
in your opening. And I think that was a missed opportunity there. Mark, I thought the memorization on both sides was really great. You were certainly not on the page, which I appreciate. Mark, I did feel like there was, like your delivery was a little choppy at times, and I feel like it could get smoothed out if you just took a little bit of the air out of it. Like it just sort of like dragged, you were dragging the scene a little bit, because it was just coming off a little slow at times. I would just tighten it up, okay? I like the look up to the heavens, but so that it doesn't come off cheesy. You know, I wouldn't hold it for very long. You know, if you're gonna take a risk with something like that, it has to come off organic. And it just was a little bit heavy-handed. Okay, so just be careful with that sort of thing. Madeline, again, you were a great listener. You were connected with him. Careful, again, to just find opportunities to look that way too. Remember, there's three sides. There's three focal points. There's the camera, which is center, and then there's camera left, and then camera right. And if it's live and there's people in the room, they're going to scatter around the room. So there's the middle, which is usually where the reader is, and then there's people here, and the writers are over there. So you have to hit all three sides, and you tend to like be in one, which is the wrong side. That's the fourth one, is to the partner on stage. So yes, I love how connected you are and how you're listening to him, but don't forget about us out here. Okay. And I love the finish on both sides. I thought the finish was really great, really smooth, really organic. Okay, so I felt like you finished strong both sides. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tyler Neitzel, Kat, you're next. Tyler Neitzel, Kat.
Tyler and Pat?
Do you agree with my notes or not?
No, 100%. Would I be saying the same thing?
Yes. More than last time.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Patrick's here.
Hey.
Hi.
Do you mind if we sit on the couch or in chairs?
You can do whatever you like.
Okay. We'll take some of that.
Tell me your names.
Yeah, I'm Tyler Neitzel.
Okay.
Catherine
And-
Wilbright.
Tell me again.
Catherine Wilbright.
Catherine, right? Okay, thanks.
Ron's a sweet girl. he better not do anything to hurt her.
I don't think that'll happen.
Tough loss the other day.
Your cheer team could have played better than we did.
How does your family feel about you coaching the first ever Wales American football team?
Well, my mom's always been supportive of anything I do. In 6th grade, I wanted to be Billy Idol, so she bought me a guitar and signed me up for lessons. In 8th grade, I wanted to be an astronaut, so she sent me to summer space camp. She's that type.
You're lucky.
Yeah, my mom's pretty great.
And your dad?
He passed away when I was young.
I'm sorry.
He was an All-American athlete in football and baseball. Clearly, I did not inherit his abilities.
Okay. So I thought the opening was super on both sides. You were both open to camera and you were both open to the audience. Great way to start. Tyler, there's a really nice, your use of voice is really great and really clean. There's a clarity not just to your voice, but there's also a clarity to your delivery, which I really appreciate. So I felt like I did not, like every single word that was out there landed. It reached me, which is great, which doesn't always happen. Some actors, some actors, like, I feel like I wind up hearing like 70% of the dialogue. I mean, they're speaking it all, but it just sometimes doesn't always land.
Sure.
And with you, it's just like, I feel like 100%, it all reached me.
I gotta plug, Max is always honest about tongue twisters.
Oh, great.
Perfection and stuff.
Well, it's terrific. It's the volume is there.
You do all right. So is that how Pete convinced you to do it?
I might have been part of it. He is very persuasive.
And it sounds like you could probably laugh at it, today, but you just delivered it like it was like nothing. Like the experience was just nothing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Your reference to your All-American athlete dad, also neutral. Like you're delivering all these lines with no history behind them, no opinion behind them. Let's be really careful about that. And what's interesting about this, like versus a different scene, like the scene we saw before, is in this one there was no, like, the same dialogue. It's just fascinating. This is the fun part about getting to do what I do, which is listen to all these different interpretations of the same material. Is that it's the same dialogue, but it goes in different directions according to the actors. And in this one, there was no. I felt like there was attraction emanating from you, Shannon, which I really liked, but Darren, in your direction towards her, zilch, neutral. So you gotta be careful. You have to pick, you have to make choices, strong choices. But if you come in and play it safe, where you just do exactly, or if you just play dialogue, which is what I feel like you're doing, it's not gonna get you anywhere. It's just gonna get you a thank you, and out the door you go. And I'll never bring you back in again. You're great to look at. You're great to look at, on camera, but I can't let you learn on my audition. Do you know what I mean?
Have more emotional investment.
Yes. But you cannot come in and use your auditions with casting directors as your moments of learning. You gotta work that out in class. You can't do that. You can't get away with that too many times because I've got a memory. And I'll let you get away with it once, maybe twice, but 3 times, forget it. I won't fall for that 3 times, okay? So pick a direction, have an opinion, and come into it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Then close the door.
Patrick,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna go to you and Just to ask you, who did you call back from the list of people that you saw?
who we saw?
Yeah. I'd like to just do
Yes.
that. Can you call
I
back?
liked. Team-wise, I think I liked Trevor and Catherine, and Tyler and Catherine.
So Catherine would get the call back for sure.
And then, which one's Trevor and which one's Tyler?
Trevor's was the one. Blonde. He had the sparkle with the blondie hair.
Oh, right, okay.
Tyler was the worst
Yeah.
that landed on you.
Yeah, they were both good. I have to pick one?
You can pick one, or you can pick both to bring him back.
Bring back, definitely bring both back.
Did you bring anybody else besides you guys? Just those two, huh?
Those two. And Catherine, and probably Shannon, because I felt like she got better.
Ah. So if she would have stayed, now if she would have had a similar audition to the one she had before.
Yeah, the second one I would bring back.
Right. Perfect.
Probably not the first one, because I don't even remember the first one.
That's how it works.
That's how it goes. I'm only human.
You know, the great thing is you guys would be getting the notes from Patrick in the room, where in a real audition you would say,
Thank you.
Next! Come on in, guys. Are those anybody's sides on the bench? Are those your sides, guys? Guys, please keep your sides. Okay, I got you're doing a little better. There's like. If you want to go to comedy, or
sure.
Okay, let's go. Because the last year we're gonna be drama then. You ready for that? Mm-hmm. All right, we're going comedy with my yoga instructors. Can I have all my yoga instructors outside? Daniel, are you one of the yoga instructors? Come real quick.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Daniel,
how's everything? Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Hey, how are you?
You guys moved right into a new place? No, we're right. Awesome. Good to see you. Yeah, it was a pleasure. Yeah, my pleasure. I'm good. Shane and I are busy. Yeah, we're starting. Yeah, thank you. Oh, it's a pleasure. Say hi to your mom.
Have a good day.
Okay, bye.
Max,
Bye, Max.
Hey, were you able to get in touch with Jason?
Not yet. No.
Yeah, I just talked to Joey at the class. You don't know.
Alright, can I have all my guys line up over here? Can I see all my guys, please?
How's everything? How's your adventure going? Yeah. Oh yeah. You're calling now.
Alright.
Who's
ready to go first? Who's your first? Who's your first? Johnny Rojas, come on in.
That's why there's two.
That you cannot do.
Alright. Our first, Johnny, this is Patrick. Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Patrick.
How are you, buddy?
You're good.
Do you need a chair or anything like that? You can use a
No,
chair.
I'll stand. Thank you, though.
Can we get, who's making the camera? Get that tight on, Mr. Rudd. Yeah, and you're reading
What's he
till
doing?
page 6.
Reading till page 6?
Yeah. Not continuous. You have the first scene
Okay,
and
so
the second
from
scene
1 to, okay.
With me.
with Danielle.
Oh, hang on. Okay.
Can we just center him up? Perfect, thank you.
Hey, Caroline. You crushed in my class today. Warrior style.
Well, I definitely crushed something. That was hard. You're hard.
I mean, your class is hard. Not you. I mean, you are hard. Like your whole body is hard. Not your whole body, but some stuff might not be hard, or it might be. I don't.
Hey Caroline, how about I create a juice for you that will optimize your workout?
Thanks. But even the complimentary water out here is out of my price range.
It's on me, Hey, Shillet. Hey dude, give me a life boost, extra pollen. Feel the big stretch. Can I help you?
Yes. Someone reported a dangerous spill in here. Interrupting my downward dog. Downward dog? More like pathetic pup.
Excuse me, miss.
Dude, I know, but gym policy.
Good, good. Now, class, try and hold it. Hold it. Right here. Stay here.
He's talking to everyone but you. I don't have time to explain. Just leave now. Take any other class.
Hi. You're interrupting the flow of my class.
Oh, it's not me. Gym policy. No stain left unlocked. I think I got it all.
Okay. Alright, class, now know where in your body you need to release. That's right. You feel that? Let's get a nice big stretch.
That's big enough.
There's no talking in class. No mopping also. Go. Namaste.
I just want to apologize. My pages were all mixed up. So.
I want to apologize too.
There are no apologies in casting.
Sorry.
Okay, so Johnny, some notes for you. Your opening dialogue, I didn't catch all of it. Some of it got a little. It stayed with some of the dialogue stayed with you up there. It's like some of it just came off a little mumbled.
Right.
So you have to be very careful to enunciate all the words, because I need to hear them all. It's just right in your opening. There was something that you said that I just, there was no clarity, and that didn't land on me. One thing that, so you're a yoga instructor.
Yes, sir.
And what's the gender of the people that are in the class with you?
Females.
All females?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there an attraction to one or two or several of them? How many are talking?
There's like two.
Just two?
Caroline and Max. And Han, there's three.
There's three? One's a pain in the ass, right? And
One's
the other,
interrupting the
two?
class, mopping. The other two are in the class.
And they're having dialogue too?
Very little.
Very little. I don't know if there was an attraction to one or all of them, but it seemed like there was.
Whose phone is that?
It seemed like there was none.
Next door? I'm sorry, because I kick people out when there's a song.
Unless it's mine. It's but Johnny, there was. I'm sure it's intended, because it always is. There was no. There's no like sexuality coming forward.
Okay.
Like I don't think you thought about that.
Okay.
And especially if you're a yoga instructor with a class full of females, I mean, this could be like, you know, like shooting fish in a barrel
Right.
for you. So don't leave that out in the parking lot.
Yes, sir.
You gotta bring that in, and even there could even be an attraction to the, you know, to the one that's a pain in the ass. You know, a creative actor will even make that work.
Okay.
But that was not present at all. So don't forget to bring that in, especially for you. You're a young leading man. You're going to go up for, you know, romantic, you know, scenes that have romantic, you know, themes and content. Just be aware of that.
Yes, sir.
You reference the sides a lot. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Is this a cold read, right?
Mm.
We're still doing cold reads? But you've had it for a little while. I feel like you should maybe be off the page a little bit more, because you were referencing them a little hard.
Okay.
I think probably a little harder than you should be. And also you just need to tighten up especially in comedy. I don't know if this is 3-camera or single camera, but it's got to clip along quickly, and yours was kind of dragging.
Right.
And I think it was dragging because you were maybe searching for the scene or for the dialogue, but it just needs to be tighter.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Can you send in Patrick, please?
Is it a second page?
Johnny, can we see your size real fast?
I want to make sure if there's a second page. Here it is. Is it cut out?
Johnny, you did a self-tape for me this week,
I
right?
did, yes, sir. Sent it Monday.
Okay. I haven't. I didn't look at your self-tape. Shayna looked at it.
Okay.
And when we're looking at, like Shayna and I collaborate. Sometimes we'll, like when we're going through submissions or we're going through self-tapes, we might divide them up, or we might reference. You know, we might look at both of them. Sometimes we're together, sometimes we're apart. It just, you know, it's different. But with like the self-tapes as they're coming in, some of them come in right away. Oh, this is a good tip for you. If you get a request to do a self-tape, and today is Monday and the deadline is 4 days from now, it doesn't mean that you should send it 4 days from now. Send it in as quickly as you can, because if you wait till the 4th day, my schedule might already be full. Like, there were a couple of actors that submitted right away, and they were good, and I scheduled them immediately. But you know, by the time the 4th, you know, the closer you get to the deadline, the further away the role is from you. So just submit as quickly as you can. So in your case, we sent you an invite because I knew you, and because you had gotten submitted, and then you made the deadline and you sent it in. Shayna watched it, and when we watch things, we can give them a grade. So we know that they've been watched, but then we can assign a grade, which is A, B, or C. An A tells me that those are the people that I need to go and schedule to come in for an actual live callback, you know, in person. So Shayna got to your audition before I did, and she marked it a C.
Okay.
Which is we're not good. It's,
right.
She marked it a C, and then I was like kind of surprised. I was like, and then I didn't look at it.
Right.
So I haven't looked at it. Tonight I'll go, you know, and I'll look at it.
Okay.
We just want you know, to know. I don't know how difficult an assignment was, or
right.
if you felt connected to it, but you need to be better than average.
Okay.
Okay, because you got to it before I did. I'll look at it.
Okay.
And I'll try and shoot you up when
Sounds
you're
good.
ready. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, can you send in Patrick, please?
PT.
There's one girl and then there's a janitor. So
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
yeah, I can let you right.
You have the sides too.
Do I have that thing? I do.
Have you good?
You did give me 2 seconds.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Patrick.
Patrick
All
Charlie.
right. I am too.
You just crushed it in my class now, warrior style.
Well, I definitely crushed something. That was hard. You're hard. I mean, your class is hard, not you. I mean, you are hard. Like, your whole body is hard, not your whole body. Because some stuff might not be hard, or it might be. I don't know. I haven't looked, but not that I should look at. Oh, look, juice.
Caroline, how about I create a juice for you that can optimize your workout?
Thanks.
Ew.
Thanks, but even the complimentary water here is out of my price range.
It's on me. Dude, chiller. Let me get one of those life boosts. Extra pollen. Feel that nice, long stretch. Hi. Can I help you?
Yes, someone reported a dangerous spill in here. You're interrupting my downward dog. Downward dog? More like pathetic pup.
Excuse me, miss. Good.
Dude, I know.
Now try and hold it.
Gym policy.
That's good. Hold it. Stay here. Stay here.
He's talking to everyone but you. I don't have time to explain, just leave now. Take any other class.
Hi. You're stopping our flow.
Oh, it's not me, gym policy. No staying left unlocked. I think I
Note in your body where you feel the release. That's right. You feel that? Let's give a nice, big stretch.
That's big enough.
All right, everyone. Now let's just come back up and pulse in Warrior Two. There's no talking in my class. So no mopping. Go. Namaste.
All right. I loved your opening. It was not only was it forward, but it was really focused.
Thank you.
On the reader. And there was right at the very beginning, there was this sexiness that was present, which I loved. Yeah. See, I knew it was in the dialogue. I knew it was there, and you brought it forward in a really robust and fun way. I loved your delivery of the extra pollen. That was super, and I liked how you created the dude behind the counter. He came forward. You also created the environment, the class, which I think you maybe could have scanned them even a little bit more. Like later in the scene, you sort of remain sort of like in one place.
Yeah.
So that would be like my only notice, that you could sort of expand, and put more people in there. I really loved your vocal variety, like when you began to whisper. Some of the dialogue, that was fantastic. And I loved your creative take on namaste, which is normally a very peaceful close, and then this I loved that you went opposite that, which was fantastic. You did a great job. Love it.
Thanks, Patrick.
Can you send Bongi in, please? I didn't say this.
I'll just call you B.
Oh, man, I'm like rearranging it. You crushed it in my class just now. Caroline, you Earth goddess. How about I get you a nice juice to optimize your workout and invigorate your life?
Thanks, but even the complimentary water here is out of my price range.
It's on me. Schiller, dude! Give me a life boost. Extra pollen. Hold the wheatgrass. Sub. Algae. Feel that nice, long stretch. Can I help you?
Yes, someone reported a dangerous spill in here. You're interrupting my downward dog. Downward dog? More like pathetic pup.
Excuse me, miss.
Dude, I know, but gym policy.
Good. Good. Try and hold it. Hold. Stay here. That's right. That's right. Feel that? That's nice. Big. No three, right?
Was that one continuous scene, or is that two different?
That's two different scenes.
Two different scenes? Okay. Well, back to Patrick, wherever he is. Where is Patrick? Oh, okay. Well, he made that flow as one, which I thought was really interesting. Barden, I loved your eye contact right at the very beginning. They were really focused. And when she starts saying that you are hard, you were very creative, in a lot of the physical stuff that you did. I loved how you referenced your crotch, but another thing that you could do later when that keeps on going is you could maybe just feel yourself or your chest or just not that you're aware of it, but just when he gets excited, maybe just sort of you could just use your body that way. I love the shush and how you sort of brought the finger up to your lips. That was great and very creative. There was a real peacefulness to your yoga instructor that I liked. The only thing you have to be careful is that it doesn't slow down the scene too much. If you could sort of keep that spirit and just tighten up the delivery, I think it would get even better. But it was great the way it was, but at times it was just a little slow. I like how you even incorporated your muscles in, which was great. What languages do you speak?
Real or imaginary? I speak Russian fluently, and a little bit of conversational Mandarin, and I can understand French.
Okay. Sometimes funny material gets even funnier when you tack an accent onto it. So if you did it with a Russian accent, it could be even funnier. It's just something for you to since it's something that everybody else does. Don't discount, going there. It was funny the way you did it, but I just suspect that it might be if you did it with a Russian accent.
Like you're saying in the real deal, you sometimes just go for it, even if it's.
Sure. Yeah, even if there is none, sometimes sometimes there'll be a role that is written just, neutral, straight American, accent. And when I bring in people that I know have accents, it gets deeper and fuller and funnier. It just does. A lot of different accents work all the time. Like Southern works, ghetto works, and then English works. British. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes we can really elevate it. I also loved your use of body was terrific, and how you sort of used the space, used the body, and the spirit of you got the spirit of the character. It was a lot of fun to watch. So, thank you. Good job.
Thank you. Daniel.
Read with you.
This is Daniel Wilkinson, by the way.
Try to mind my frame the same way. That way?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, I'm gonna be going down a little bit halfway through.
Should be good.
Thank you. Oh, Carolyn, you crushed in my class today. Warrior style.
Well, I definitely crushed something. That was hard. You're hard. I mean, your class is hard. Not you. I mean, you are hard. Like your whole body is hard. Not your whole body. Some stuff might not be hard, but or it might be hard. Not that I would look anyway. Oh, look, juice.
Carolyn, I would like to create a juice for you. A cocktail of my own concoction. Schiller,
Thanks.
dude. Yeah. Can you get me one of those life boosts? That's what it is. Extra pollen. All right.
Scene 2.
Thank you. All right. You feel that nice long stretch? Good. Can I help you?
Yes, someone reported a dangerous spill in here. You're interrupting my downward dog. Downward dog? More like pathetic pup.
Excuse me. Okay, good. Don't you try and just hold it right there. Okay. Good, that's great. Now hold
Daniel,
it.
do you do any accents?
Yeah.
Can you do a British accent?
Oh, yeah. I'm from
You can?
Yeah.
Can you just pick up the beginning of the scene, go back, just rewind it to the beginning of the second scene, and lay on like a really
Cockney
sexy...
or standard? A Cockney. Standard British.
Standard,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. London, I'm from London. It's you want it sexy and sultry.
Yes,
Is that
yeah,
what
yeah.
you want? Okay, very good. I've got you. I understand. Do you feel that nice long stretch? Can I help you?
Yes, someone reported a dangerous spill in here. You're interrupting my downward dog. Downward dog, more like pathetic pup.
Excuse me, you're interrupting my flow.
Dude, I know, but gym policy?
Okay, now good. I want you to hold it right there. Do you feel that? In between there. Good.
He's talking to everyone but you. I don't have time to explain, just leave. Take any other class.
Yes. Okay, right. Now we're gonna get down to where we are two. Feel that pulse. Pulsing. Tell me you're doing a good job. Keep it up. Hey, I said no talking and no mopping. No mopping in your class. Go. Namaste.
All right, very good. Okay. When she says that, when she does the whole bit about how you're hard and hard and hard, there was like a little laugh that came out of you, which I thought was funny. You know, and your reaction to her. And it also implied, you know, like some sexuality. I loved how you referenced the cocktail and the concoction. You sort of, you know, underscored that, which was really funny. Careful of the sides which were getting in your way. And then you were setting them down. I remember I had one actor come in and would just drop them on the floor. Each page, as they were done, they would go right on the floor. Just float down to the floor. That way, you know, it was just like, what are you doing? So just, it sort of just created a little bit of awkwardness for you. So just gotta manage those a little bit better. I loved your "Can I help you" line. Your delivery was like somebody just walked in on you. Something you shouldn't be doing, which is great. Love the scarf, which is just a simple way to, you know, to just dress your character. And I like the accent. How did that feel?
Who did that? Who came with that great choice, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I liked, I thought it just, again, it sort of like deepened the character, just enriched the character. You know, and I don't know, for some reason I don't know how I got that, you know, I talked about accents before, I don't know if you were in the room, but I just felt in your delivery that would be a good match to you, and it was. The tricky part is the finish, when he says namaste. You have to, you were really funny, except for, you know, that finish was sort of a little bit neutral. It just needed to be interpreted a little bit.
Totally understood. I was waiting for the next line, so I guess we're not doing that page.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Cool.
But good job.
Thank you.
Nicely done. Thank you.
Namaste.
Bring Sean in.
Sean.
I'm Sean, really.
Sean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean, you have to read with Daniel.
Okay. You crushed it in class just now. Warrior style.
Well, I definitely crushed something. That was hard. You're hard. I mean, your class is hard. Not you. I mean, you are hard. Like, your whole body is hard. Not your whole body, but some stuff might not be hard. Or it might be. I mean, I haven't looked. Not that I would look. Oh, look. Juice.
Caroline. How about I make you a juice? I'm sorry. How come I create a juice for you that will, you know, optimize your workout?
Thanks, but even the complimentary water is out of my price range.
Oh, it's all me. Sure. Dude, give me a lifeboat, extra poly. All right, now feel that nice long stretch. Can I help you?
Yes, someone reported a dangerous spill in here. You're interrupting my downward dog. Downward dog. More like pathetic pup.
Excuse me, miss?
Dude, I know, but gym policy.
Good. Okay, now try and hold it. Hold. Now stay here. Stay here.
He's talking to everyone but you. I don't have time to leave now. Take any other class.
Hi. You're disrupting the flow.
Oh, it's not me. Gym policy. No staying let them up. I think I got it all.
Note where your body is, and you need a release. Where you need a release. That's right. I'm done, I'm sorry. I think I screwed this whole thing up.
Okay,
I had something wrapped in my head, but I couldn't get there.
okay, you started the scene, like, right on the dialogue, and I think you have to rewind it a little bit, just to give yourself a head start, with something, some sort of physicality, and also maybe to just establish, the environment and where we are, maybe create, the students, and you began right on
Right.
the dialogue. So that was just sort of a missed opportunity to just to ease yourself into it. When actors sort of give themselves a little bit to do before they start the opening dialogue, I call that rewinding the scene, and you didn't rewind the scene. Put the counter guy in front of you. You put him in back of you, which you upstage yourself. Put the students out in front of you.
Okay.
You put them sort of
Next to
up
you.
there, and when we're actually shooting it, you can put them up there. But when you're coming in live for the producers or you're going on camera, put them out here so you can see what's going on with you. There was what wasn't coming forward was any sort of sexuality or heat or attraction. It was just totally missing. And there was the delivery was just slow, so the comedy went right out of it. So the two most important things that I think this that will execute the scene will be the delivery, the pacing, and the the attraction. This is his this is his land. This is his field to play in, and that just I don't know, for whatever went wrong on your end, that didn't come forward. It was just completely gone. Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Nisha. All right, Patrick.
Are those our guys?
Those are our guys. You like
Okay.
to give us the callbacks?
Yes. Daniel and Patrick. Wait a second. Daniel and. Wait a second. Is it Patrick and Bogdan?
Yeah, Daniel had the scarf and the accent bog.
Oh yes. Yes.
And then
All
you
right.
have Patrick.
Yeah. So I would definitely bring in Patrick and Bogdan, and probably Daniel.
Maybe.
A good possibility. I mean, once I put the accent on, I think it got a lot better. So I would say yes.
All right. Got 3 out of 6. All right, guys, come on in.
Get out of here.
Where did you Guys, I think Mark lost his keys. Somebody
Around
in the
this
area?
vicinity if they're here.
My girls for the family, the Red Dragon, step outside. Red Dragon, step outside.
You're real whiny.
They didn't just walk out.
If you can't go away. There's one on the ground.
Go Bros.
I think it's mine.
Go Bros.
Alright. Found it?
Thank you.
Alright, we only got 3 in this category.
Cool. Is Sean here?
Sean.
He's probably outside.
Okay, if you're not connecting, to the character, you can stop and ask to start over if you're not too far along. Don't get 3/4 of the way through the scene, and then ask me if you can, stop and do it again, because, I'm gonna have to listen to it twice. But if you're into it, like, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and then you just are not connecting, or you had a bad start, just, abort out of there, and, you don't even have to ask me, can I do it again? Just stop, breathe, focus, and then start again. You don't even have to ask permission, just do it. It's your time. And remember, I want you to do great. I don't want you to come in and bomb, because if you fail, I fail. So, take your time, don't be afraid to ask for it, if you're not too far along.
And are we just doing?
We are just doing the first page. Cat, come on in. Cat, come on in. This is Catherine. You're doing anything else? You're doing the first thing.
What does he look like?
He has brown hair. Some of it's white.
Okay, can you picture anything else specific about him?
He has holes on his face.
Can I stop real fast? Let me stop. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop real fast. Can you turn the fan on? What's this fan up there? So I don't hear that noise in the back. Yeah, turn it. Take your time, guys. Sorry, I just don't want that noise. Is it on? Alright, go ahead.
What does he look like?
He has brown hair. Some of it's white.
Okay, can you picture anything else specific about him?
He has holes on his face.
Holes?
His skin is, it's like gravel. I don't know how else to say it.
What about the place he kept you in? Was there anyone else there? Any other kids?
Just me.
What was the room like? Any windows? Was there a door?
up on the ceiling.
Did he ever take you outside?
What do you mean?
To get fresh air, some sun, maybe out to eat, or?
No.
Never. Not once.
He came to me. He always came to me. But I could see outside their window upstairs.
What could you see?
Could I have some more ice cream?
Sure, in a minute, if you just tell me what you could see.
You wouldn't believe me.
Try me.
A red dragon?
Tell me about that. The red dragon.
I watched it. I watched it while the man lay on top of me. It was glowing. It was beautiful.
Stop this now. We've been through enough tonight. We'll continue tomorrow at our scheduled session. What was the dragon doing?
The man laid on top of me. Every night he would come so he could.
I said stop! Nina, please! But what was the dragon doing?
He was breathing fire right at me. He was breathing fire right at me. Right at me.
Good. What's the situation? Are you, where are you?
Where am I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm back at my house. I was trapped for like 12 years
Mm-hmm.
in this man's house being raped
Okay, but, and you're being interviewed?
by the police.
By the police at your place?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Okay, I just want to make sure. I wasn't quite sure, you know, where, if you were on the witness stand or if you were at a precinct or where you were. Right at the very beginning, in your opening, I saw the wheels of your mind, you know, cranking, which was very thoughtful and made for a really good, strong opening. There was emotion that was emanating from your eyes, and very early on too. Maybe like in your second speech, which was terrific. The line "he always came to me," it had texture to it. It seemed like you were talking to him, like your eyes sort of like your focus floated away, and if that's where you were going with it, and if that's what you were referencing, I would say just go just a little bit further with it. I like that you would that some of the dialogue, even though you're talking to her, it's really like you're talking to him. If that's what you intended.
They just said that she says it very matter of fact, that it's like frightening to
I
this
see.
person.
Got it. Okay. I like that you were. I like that you were so. Your delivery was really underplayed, but there was so much texture that was coming out of your eyes and out of your face, which I thought was really effective. The memory of the window, when you talk about that was really well executed, and your focus was really strong. Like I was just watching you on the monitor, and it was just really great. So good job. Thank you.
Chat, can you tell Megan to come in? Do that, please.
Have a minute? What does he look like?
He has brown hair. Some of it's white.
Okay, can you picture anything else specific about him?
He had holes in his face.
Holes?
Yeah, it was kind of like gravel. I'm really not sure how to say the word.
What about the place he kept you in? Was there anyone else there? Any other kids?
Just me.
What was the room like? Any windows? Was there a door?
Up on the ceiling.
Did he ever take you outside?
What do you mean?
To get fresh air, some sun, maybe out to eat, or?
No.
Never, not once.
He always came to me. He always came to me. But I could see outside through an upstairs window.
What could you see?
Can I have some more?
Sure, in a minute. If you just tell me, what could you see?
You wouldn't believe me.
Try me.
A red dragon.
Tell me about that. The red dragon.
I watched it. As the man lied on top of me, I watched it. It was glowing. It was beautiful.
Stop this now. She's been through enough tonight. We'll continue this tomorrow at our scheduled session. What was the dragon doing?
Every night the man would come down. Every night he would come down and he would...
I said stop, Nina, please. But what was the dragon doing? Damn it, Nina!
He's breathing fire. Right at me. Breathing fire right at me. Right at me.
Okay, good. This is, again, so interesting how the same dialogue goes in different directions. Tell me about that time that you asked for to get into the character when you came in.
My prep time?
When you said, "Can I have a minute?"
Yeah, just...
Tell me about that.
Just the isolation of being alone. To get into that.
To get into that space?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Actors do come in and when a scene is dramatic or it's emotional, sometimes they need that time to focus and to get into that mindset. And that's totally fine. However, a minute is really like 10 to 15 seconds. It's not a full 60 seconds. I was once in a producer session and we brought in an actor and we were in a very small room. It was me and Robin and our director and our producer and the writer. So there were a lot of people in the room. And this actor came in, asked for a minute, and then went into the corner with his back to us, and then literally took an entire 60 seconds to get focused. And that is like a long ass time for there not to be anything happening or no one saying anything and us just staring at each other like, what the hell? So, you didn't take too much time, which was good, but you can come in and rather than asking,
Just take it.
just take it or just tell us that you're
Okay.
taking it. So rather than come in and saying,
Okay.
can I have a minute? You can just come in and say, just give me a few seconds,
Okay.
and we'll know. So don't ask, just tell me that you're gonna do it. your opening was, maybe this is how it's described on, you know, on the page. Maybe this is what they're looking for. Your opening was like emotionally detached. And for taking the time that you needed, I thought it was going to be more emotional.
Okay.
And then when you came up and then you delivered that sort of quite neutral, but it wasn't what I was expecting when you asked, you know, to get there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I loved, one of the moments I really liked was when she asked you if he ever took you out for fresh air, and you just like you know, just the way that you delivered the no was like, that was the most ridiculous thing, you know, you'd ever heard. That really brought in a lot of texture and history to it, just on that simple little laugh. I love the Red Dragon and how you took the time. I thought your delivery on that was terrific. You know, when you first mentioned the Red Dragon, and then how you were sort of going, you know, floating to it. I thought was really interesting. I liked it. I think I would probably, if you came in, I would probably redirect you and ask you to just, because I found it interesting, but I think what I would want is maybe a little more emotion in it. But it was enough to get me intrigued, and enough to motivate me to redirect you.
Okay.
But good. Thank you.
Alright, and then we got my last group of girls next. Reading with Daniel. This is next number.
Alright, go take a beat. What does he look like?
His hair's brown. Some of it's white.
Okay, can you picture anything else specific about him?
He had holes in his face.
Holes?
Yeah. His skin, it looked like gravel. I don't I don't know how to explain it.
What was the place he kept you in? Was there anyone else in there? Any other kids?
Just me.
What was the room like? Any windows? Was there a door?
On the ceiling.
Did he ever take you outside?
What do you mean?
To get fresh air, some sun, maybe out to eat or...
No.
Never, not once?
He came to me. He always came to me. But I could see through a window outside upstairs.
What could you see?
Can I have some more?
Sure, in a minute. If you just tell me, what could you see?
You won't believe me.
Try it.
A red dragon.
Tell me about that. The Red Dragon.
I watched it. They laid on top of me and I watched it. It was glowing. It's beautiful.
this now. She's been through enough tonight. It will continue tomorrow at our scheduled session. What was the dragon doing?
Xilana taught me. Come downstairs so you can read me.
I said stop. Nina, please. But what was the dragon doing? Damn it, Nina.
It's breathing fire. Right up. It was breathing fire right up.
Tell me your name again.
Alexis?
Alexis.
Yeah.
Okay. So Alexis, I thought this thing really got interesting when the red dragon came into it. Up to that point, it was I felt like you were like too unscathed. You know,
Yeah.
how long has she been?
Well, in the script it said she was very matter of fact. It was
Right.
almost scary how like it really didn't bother her.
Right. And how long had she been held captive?
I don't think it says
12.
on here, but yeah,
12 years.
a long time, yeah.
Okay. It seemed like your version of it seemed like you had been there for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Not 12 years.
Okay.
In the beginning.
Okay.
And then once you got to the red dragon, then like all the complexity, like a dam, like it broke through.
Yeah.
But up until that point, it was just, and I think what was taking me out of it was you have a beautiful smile, you have beautiful, bright teeth, and they were getting magnified on camera, and I think just that brightness that was coming through, just for me at the beginning felt like it was a mismatch.
Okay.
You know, that that you were just not a match to this character. But then when you got to that dragon, and then you went in a different direction, and then I really got engaged. It took a little while for you to get there, and I think they are going to redirect you. That's tricky, you know, that it says, you know, what was that word that you said?
Very matter of fact.
Matter of fact, right. Matter of fact can be like that place where someone goes that they just engage so that they don't feel.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that there isn't, the soul isn't damaged.
Mm-hmm.
That can come over. It just means you survived.
Yeah.
You're a survivor.
Yeah.
And that red dragon, you know, helped you go to, you know, to a different place. I thought it was interesting how you talked, the way you interpreted how it would breathe fire at you, like you just wanted it to, you know, to disintegrate you into ashes, you know, so you could, you know, go somewhere else. From that point to the end, it was really
So
interesting.
maybe just take a different direction at the beginning.
At the beginning, it just needed just a little more depth.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good, Alexis.
Thank you.
So that's why when they're given the stage directions or the directions with how they want to play it, kind of just not fall into like that type of trap sometimes.
Well, you know, you have to keep it simple.
Especially with an emotional scene.
Well, with an emotional scene, what's important is the emotion. Has to come forward. Like tonight, before I got here, I was pulling sides for a character you know, in our film, we've got a little girl, and she has some very emotional scenes, and I'm trying to figure out, you know, how much can I give her, and you know, how am I going to be through the sides? How am I going to show the director what he needs to see to put him at ease, to you know, to know that, because we're gonna have to audition, you know, they're not gonna have resumes. So when you have a character that's of that age, you just see them all. I mean, you literally have to, you know, just see them all and see which ones can, you know, can get there. But you know what the wonderful thing is? I always find somebody. I always find somebody, and it can be. And when you find a young person like that can go there emotionally, it's weird and it's wonderful at the same time.
So who would you give callbacks to out of the three
I would
girls?
I thought they were all good. Who did I see?
What was that?
I think our squirrel just died.
Who would you give callbacks?
Who did I see? I saw Megan and Alexis was first, right?
Kat was first.
Oh, Kat. So definitely Kat. And probably Megan and Alexis as well with redirection.
I think
demonic.
It was like a demonic McConaughey, like all right, all right.
There's a red dragon out there.
All right. All right.
That was scary.
We have Autumn, we have Alina, we have Kaylani, Danielle, we have all right. Can I have a reader? Maybe. Alright. Girls will be doing scene 1 and 2. So you might appreciate this role, Patrick. It's an escort.
Okay.
It's an escort hooker, and she was in a house, and she's been seeing monsters in the house, and the police don't believe her in the first scene.
Okay.
And they're treating her like the escort that she is, and the crazy person that she is.
Okay.
And in the second scene, she's actually being an escort and hitting somebody up for certainly being in services.
All right, cool.
That's a great turn.
All right.
With that being said, I've got some great hookers for you.
You got some great hoes?
Yep. How? Taylani, come on in. Kaylani, go ahead and introduce yourself to Patrick.
Hi, I'm Kaylani Aliaga.
Hold on. Fast. I'll put him into this room. Hey guys, if you're in the next room and you're talking just a little bit, we can hear you. So if you can not talk, thank you. All right, everybody settle please. Thank you.
You one more agent come to say you don't believe me?
Not FBI, just work with them. Sometimes. Heard your statement.
That I'm just a whore on Molly, high and seeing things?
I was in there. There is nothing in that house. It's empty.
Screw you and screw this. There were monsters, they were real, and they were after me, and now there's no one's going to stop them.
I think I can help you.
I'm not asking anyone for any more help.
If what you saw is real, you might want to go ahead and rethink that.
Second scene.
Your first time alone with an escort?
I think so, yes.
He seemed to know his way around.
With escorts? Yes, I believe he had some experience from before.
Before what?
Before he came to live here.
Just so you know, he and I didn't do anything.
That's none of my business.
Oh, so you're in an open relationship.
We're not in a relationship.
So then he's with your brother.
Otto? No, why would you say that?
The way you were both real unhappy when he brought me back here, I figured he must be with one or both of you. I mean, I've seen it all, no worries.
What would you charge me?
You? An hour? 900.
900 an hour?
Sliding scale. I feel you could pay.
And what do I get for that?
Anything you want.
I just want to ask you a question. But seeing it's professional, I feel you should be compensated. You must know men. What do you think of him?
I think he's a badass. But
But what?
something else. He's kind of an old soul, you know?
Oh, yes. He's an old soul.
Seeing. Okay. Thank you. Kalani, can you tell me what's happening in the second scene? Who are we talking about? Who's the third guy who's the badass?
Well, that's the third scene. That was a completely. They were talking about somebody else. Like let me see. Sorry, I'm like spacing right now. They're talking about just some other guy.
And who's the person that you're talking to?
I'm talking to in the second scene or the third
the
scene?
second scene.
Mary. Mary is a girl that she like kind of has a little bit of trust with, and
Okay. I think I got lost with you in the second scene. I just didn't know who you were talking to and who that other person we were talking about. I don't know. It just, the second scene was a little muddled. The first scene, which is very simple and quick scene, so she really believes that she saw monsters.
mm-hmm.
But in your delivery, there wasn't like a desperateness for, coming from you to, to be believed.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly they don't believe you, but there wasn't like a struggle on your end to try and get them on your side. Do you know what I mean? It just seemed a little too, I don't know.
Lax, maybe.
Yeah. So I think that the first scene just needed more. You needed somebody to believe you and to validate, what what you saw, and I guess I just didn't almost like believe that you believed yourself.
Okay.
I don't think you even bought it. And I don't know if that's you, Kailani, that you didn't even buy what she was saying, but that was void. It just wasn't there. I didn't believe that part. And then the second part just got a little, I don't know, lost.
Okay.
I just feel like it needed more of everything, but mostly clarity.
Right.
I think I floated away.
Right.
Okay.
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 Thanks.
Send an autumn for me, please.
Yep.
No, yeah, that's.
Anything you want us to stop.
Yeah, so we're stopping in the middle of page 3, anything you want. That's the last. That's where we stop.
Awesome. Hi,
Hello.
I'm Autumn.
Okay, hi.
You another agent coming to say that you don't believe me?
Not FBI, just work with them sometimes. Heard your statement.
I'm some whore on Molly. High and seeing things.
I was in there. There's nothing in that house, it's empty.
Screw you! Screw this! There were monsters. They were real. They were after me, and now no one's gonna do anything about them.
I think I can help you.
Not asking for any more help from anyone.
If what you saw is real, you might want to go ahead and rethink that.
Next.
First time alone with an escort?
I think so, yes.
He seemed to know his way around pretty well.
With escorts? Yes, I believe he had some experience from before.
Before what?
Before he came to live here.
Just so you know, he and I didn't do anything.
That's none of my business.
An open relationship.
We're not in a relationship.
Then he's with your brother.
Otto? No, why would you say that?
It's just you both were really upset when you brought me back here. I thought he must be at least with one or both of you. I see it all. No worries.
What would you charge me?
You? An hour? 900.
900 an hour.
It's a sliding scale. I feel you can pay.
And what do I get for that?
Anything you want.
Okay, very good. All right, cool.
So many notes on you.
Like just pages and pages are turning. I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. No.
Oh, here we are. Okay, your use of body in the opening was great, and it started speaking before you did.
Yeah.
It was already speaking for you, which I thought was really effective. Good use of voice, and you had variety, like really, early on when when your voice, went up in intensity and in volume, which I thought was great. And you have good use of, your eyes, and there was, an intensity which was present and coming through, which I really liked.
Thanks.
Even good use of hair. At first it was, it was up, and then when you went into the second scene, just a real simple, letting it out. It was just, I was like, ha,
Use
great.
it, flaunt it, right?
Yeah, it was terrific. If it's there, and all of a sudden it just took you just dressed your character in a
There's
different
such a
way.
change in that
Absolutely.
second scene that.
Yep, that was terrific. Really great choice. I thought your focus to the other character was really great. You kind of went there, but
I wasn't. Yeah.
I wanted you to go a little bit further with the line, "I see it all." When you
Like
said
really
that,
be like, she's seen it all.
yeah, like all that stuff that you, like I want it to come through.
She
And
has.
there was a little there was a little bit of texture, but I want
Go
you to go a
further.
little bit even further.
She's seen all the kink. It doesn't matter. An open relationship is just anything.
Absolutely. When he asks her the price, I think you kind of maybe looked at him and maybe he was starting to come through, but I want you to go a little further with that.
Yeah.
Even more detailed there.
See
and
that $10,000 watch.
Yeah, exactly. Something that, some sort of clue. But I thought what was very effective was the anything you want line was terrific. Very well done.
Thanks.
Can you let Alina in, please? Alina?
Alina, we're stopping on a third page after the line anything you want.
Scene 3, middle page, anything you want. That's it.
You? Another agent to come and tell me you don't believe me?
Not FBI, I just work with them sometimes. Heard your statement.
That I'm just a whore and Molly, high and seeing things?
I was in there. There's nothing in that house, it's empty.
Screw you. Screw this. They're real monsters. They're real. And they are after me. And now, no one is gonna stop them.
I think I can help you.
I'm not looking for help.
If what you saw is real, you might want to go ahead and rethink that.
Is this your first time alone with an escort?
I think so, yes.
He seemed to know his way around.
With escorts? Yes, I believe he had some experience from before.
Before what?
Before he came to live here.
I just want to tell you, me and him didn't do anything.
That's none of my business.
Oh, you have an open relationship?
We're not in a relationship.
Then he's with your brother.
Otto? No. Why would you say that?
Well, because you're really unhappy you brought me here, so I thought he's either both of you. I've seen things, no worries.
What would you charge me?
You? An hour? 900.
900 an hour.
Sliding scale, I feel like you can pay.
And what do I get for that?
Anything you want.
Okay, tell me your name.
Alina.
Alina.
Iceland how would you say the last
What?
name? The last name. Your last name.
Goran.
The first scene was vocally you were kind of the same all the way through. A little soft at the beginning, and that's also where you finished. And be careful because that's when we tend to zone out, when you're either too one note vocally or too one note emotionally. And you ended right where you started, in those terms. I also didn't quite believe, I thought it was too soft, that I think the softness of the delivery didn't allow me to believe that these monsters were real.
Okay.
Okay? I didn't feel like you believed it, so I didn't believe it. In the second scene, I like the flirtation that was, and the only way that those other characters, come forward is through your eyes. And I don't think you saw him. So again, I didn't see him either. He did not come forward. That's your job to do. My job is to listen and to receive. And I'm listening and I'm open, but it just didn't come forward. Okay. Oh, also, you know what might be interesting is to add to. I thought during your, I thought, I wonder if this wouldn't get more interesting if she layered in an accent, which I think you were navigating away from, but I think I would steer you opposite, towards it, not away from it. I think that would add some sexiness and some mystery and, to her, and I think that could deepen the character.
Okay.
Rather than going away from it, I would go towards it.
Because it's very confusing sometimes when you can
Sure.
use the accent or you have to hide it.
Sure, absolutely.
And you don't know exactly.
I felt
if
like
it's
you
the
were
right way.
in this middle nowhere ground.
Yeah.
And for a sexy character like this, I would navigate towards it. I think
Okay.
that would make her, more interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool,
All right,
thanks.
Hey girls, also real quick, we're stopping at FBI. I just work with them sometimes. Heard your statement.
That I'm a whore on Molly. High, seeing things.
I was in there. There's nothing in that house.
Okay. Tell me your name again.
Danielle.
Danielle, okay. So your opening was really strong, like takes me out of it, and you were just so committed to it. And it's up to the other person to, to lure you back. And I mean, you were almost out, out of the room, and the timing of it was really strong. But mostly, I just loved your commitment to that, to that action. In the second scene, at the very beginning, I don't know if this was intentional or accidental, but it seemed like your voice changed a little bit. I mean, you used your eyes, you used your body, and you used your voice right at the open, and the psychology of what is in your mind, comes forward, because
Okay.
that's a very psychological element. Is the price.
Right.
That says a lot about you.
Mhm.
If you mark it high, it's going to be work, and if you mark it low, you might have a little fun. It's very psychological, that figure.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much.
Tekla's our last actor. This is Tekla. Tekla, you'll be reading with Megan.
You one more agent come to say you don't believe me?
Not FBI, I just work with them some.
That I'm just a whore who does Molly, high and seeing things?
I was in there. There's nothing in that house. It's empty.
Screw you! And screw this! There were monsters! They were real and they were after me. Now no one's gonna do anything about it.
I think I can help you.
Not asking for anyone's help anymore.
If what you saw is real, you might want to go ahead and rethink that.
Next scene.
Can you stand up for this one?
Okay, you stood.
Your first time alone with an escort?
I think so, yes.
He seemed to know his way around.
With escorts? Yes, I believe he had some experience from before.
Before what?
Before he came to live here.
Just so you know, he and I never did anything.
That's none of my business.
Oh, you have an open relationship?
We're not in a relationship.
He's with your brother then?
Otto? No, why would you say that?
The way you were both real unhappy that he brought me back here. I figured he must both of you.
I seen it all. No worries.
What would you charge me?
Okay. Can you tell me this? Can you just explain the second scene to me?
The second scene?
Mm-hmm. Like what's happening, what we're talking about, who we're talking to.
I'm talking to. I didn't think of that too much. I was just trying to make her feel more comfortable because it's obviously my job to try to do that with people.
Sure.
So, he left us alone because he was going to do something. He was going to go talk to another person, and she was here, and I obviously assumed like they all came together or something.
Okay.
And so, yeah, apparently I really didn't think that one through.
Yeah, and it didn't land on me either because, yeah, I don't think you went far enough, you know, in the detail, because it lacked, you know, detail.
Understand.
Yeah, eye contact was good in the first scene, but I just didn't believe the reality of the so I think that needed further development. And the second scene was just I don't think I bought you as, you know, as this you know, this escort or this you know, this hooker you know, who does Molly. I don't know, it didn't gel, it didn't solidify, I think, for, you know, on your side in terms of developing it and then, you know, infusing it, you know, into you. So it just didn't come out forward to me. I just needed a little bit more time to develop it. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
Send it.
We're done.
Done.